Let me tell you a story of a very inspirational Canadian immigrant. Khan was born almost 45 years ago in a rural town of Punjab. He belonged to a poor family, but his parents worked hard to make sure he got good education. Khan ended up getting a bachelor's in electrical engineering. He eventually got good jobs and moved up the career ladder to become the head of engineering in a large multinational company in the Middle East. He faced some challenges along the way. He wasn't as fluent in English as some of his colleagues, didn't have a fancy MBA degree, but he worked tirelessly so his kids could have a world-class education. And their schooling was very good in international school in UAE. By his 45th birthday, he had managed to have decent savings. Life was very good for him and his family. Unfortunately, he lost his job due to downsizing in the Middle East, lost his visa, and was asked to go back to Punjab. He uprooted his whole life, and within days, the family packed up everything to arrive back home, or at least what he used to call home. It wasn't truly a home for his kids who had lived most of their lives in the Middle East. That's when he started thinking of going to a country which he could call his home forever, where he wouldn't have a status only as long as he had a job, where he could retire and enjoy playing with his grandkids. He also wanted to be around family and friends who had a culture similar to his. Also, his kids were reaching the age of university, so he decided to come to Canada. He had always considered moving to Canada before. It took him 20 years to finally make this decision, but the ship had sailed by now. He had seen young people apply for express entry, but this program was not suitable for Khan. The challenge was his age and his language skills. Canada wanted relatively younger professionals who were proficient in English or French, whereas his English skills were low and he was 45 years old. So after having a detailed discussion with a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, he chose Ontario's Entrepreneur Immigration Program, as the language requirements were less stringent. So he started his journey and landed in Canada a year later. He set up a business, created jobs for Canadians, worked hard, and finally got his PR after 3 more years. During all this time, his kids went to school for free, while his eldest daughter enrolled in the University of Toronto. So he was very happy that his family was with him in Canada from day one and were thriving. He expanded his business to eventually become one of the Canadian millionaires.